This is my GODOT game that I produced over the last 7 days. It's called Wall Smasher, and there's infinite levels, but let's start on level 1. And it's a game about smashing walls hard. This game is not about finishing the level fast, it's about getting as many points as you can for smashing walls hard. Because if you smash them softly, you lose your multiplier. So I completed level 1. I think maybe it's a little bit short, I might need to extend it, but there are lots of levels. And the point is to compete with other people's high scores, and the levels get longer as you progress. So you can use this boost to gain some speed and some multiplier. You can hit these silver bricks. I'll do it in the next level now. You can disable these adverts if you've watched them once, so I'll just disable that. So if I jump up here and I take a silver pickup, I'll grow, which isn't always advantageous, but it does give you a lot more inertia and it allows you to maintain your speed. It is slower though than the small ball, and it's much more difficult to control and to actually get hits. I'll try get another one so I can show you. Let me go to a higher level where there's more things to pick up. Let's go to level 51. Actually, let's try level 50 rather. I think it looks better. I think I got an achievement for unlocking level 50, but I'm using DevTools at the moment. I actually accidentally released the game with DevTools and on level 100, so if you download the game now, you might get that version. I'm really struggling to get it off Google Play. So yeah, if you download the game, you might start on level 100 and get that special achievement, and also have DevTools enabled. I don't know how long that'll last though. So I'm not doing so well here because I keep losing my multiplier. Ooh, that was a good hit. That was a bad hit. On the higher levels you have to go even faster to maintain your multiplier. So that's too slow, that's fast enough. If you jump right before you hit, you can get a little bit more speed. That was a good one. That was a good one. So the ball's controls are bouncing and thrusting down, which is a little bit of a difficult thing to code. So it's a little bit buggy, but it does take some skill to get used to. So it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's just like if you hold down the button, it'll stay grounded, but then if you hold it down for longer, it'll do this kind of smashing motion, which isn't ideal, but that's the best that I could do. Whoa! Okay, that's a bug. Let me show you the other game that I made, which is my passion project. This is a colony simulator where you build landscapes and you drop little autonomous people into the world, and you can speed up time and they will build houses and stuff. I've been working on this game for a long time. So this guy should build a house. I don't know why those guys didn't build a house. It's still very buggy. But from finishing a game to completion, I've learned quite a lot of things that I can now apply to this game. Ooh, that was cool. It's amazing that worked. Yeah, so now that I've made a game to completion and it's integrated with Google Play and it has achievements and leaderboards, I'll feel more comfortable putting it into my existing game. Although I have noticed that by using GODOT 4.0, which is the only version that's compatible with Google Play services, that it caused my game to crash. Anyway, let's go through some of the elements here. So here's the ball. It's just got a mesh and a collision, and it's a rigid body. And here's the attributes which are edited in code. There's also an animation. I think. Oh, that's a timer. Okay, yeah, I changed it. I was using an animation player, but I changed it to just a timer, and then the growing and shrinking is controlled with code, and it's this code here, animate. It just checks if it's bounce mode or not, and then it animates with this simple function. All of the controls for the ball are in the integrate forces function, which is what the documentation recommends. I used to use linear velocity, and I just edited that directly, but apparently that's a bad way to do it. I don't really see a difference. I just encountered a pretty major glitch there, which doesn't happen often. I think it's got to do with the bouncing ball, but I'll look at that. This game is released, so if you encounter bugs, please let me know about them. Another mode in this game is creative mode, and this is how I started. So this is based on a game that I made 10 years ago, and I'll show footage for that game. I made it in Unity in 7 days, and I showed my family and everything, and I never did anything with it. That was before my career in 3D and all that, and I ended up losing my builds and all of the working files. I lost all of that to ransomware, and it's been a massive regret of mine, and I feel terrible about it. And then one day, while working on my other game, I decided to just recreate what I had, and I ended up making this. Oh, I got a 10 times multiplier. Cool. So that's why I decided to build this, and I started by making creative mode, which is very buggy, and it's in the mobile version, but I have said in the how to play section that it is bugged. I don't understand why it jumped there, but I've literally spent like 5 minutes on this, and you can pick up anything and you can throw it, and this is the kind of game that I was trying to make back then. And Leyland's, this game here, is a 2D version of the game that I wanted to make. So in Leyland's you can build up buildings freeform. So let me just there you go. It just takes a few clicks. But in the final version, you won't be clicking. It'll be the people that build up the structures themselves, which is what I'm going for, which is why it's taking so long. See, there's a lot of different shapes you can make. But you'll see how this is similar to wall smashes when I throw the balls at the buildings. Like that. You can see there's a little bit of destruction involved. But yeah, so the game that I made 10 years ago that I completely lost, I tried to remake it here, and I ended up with this. I'm still going to work on creative mode so that there's building and more different types of structures and that kind of thing. And it might become a bigger game. This is just where I will be experimenting in future. But this is the endless runner that I've implemented, and I'm going to change this up too. Like, for example, there's not really any reason to go into bounce mode, because at the moment it's actually inferior to regular mode, in that it's quite difficult to aim. Although if you get good at it, it can be better. Um, but there needs to be something in the air that you can bounce towards. So I'm gonna add some diamonds in the air that you can also break, and I'm gonna add a store where you can pay money to buy skins, or you can spend in-game points to buy upgrades like extended boost time, extended grow time, heavier balls maybe are more effective, more inertia, that kind of thing. So sort of give it like an RPG feel to it. Now this level has pretty cool colors. It kind of reminds me of the grape mango drink that I buy. I think it's grape and mango or grape and orange. I don't know. But it just reminds me of some kind of like energy drink. Let's go through some more code. This is the wrong project. Let's go through the walls. So this is a fake brick wall that's just a block, which is why the game is able to render so many bricks into the distance. We can actually go into run mode and just disable these labels here, so you can see in the distance. Wait, let me just. Is this the sound? Oh, it's in the main menu. No, it's not. Yeah, oh yes, sound button, exit button. So now you can see in the distance there are a lot more walls. They seem to be infinite, in fact, and it doesn't have an effect on processing because those are just 3D meshes without the actual bricks. So the bricks only generate when they. This is designed for mobile, which is why the aspect ratio is weird. When you can see that the walls actually change when they get to a certain distance. That's because the fake brick walls are being replaced with real bricks, and then the physics only enable when the ball gets very, very close. And in the game that I made 10 years ago, this system was even more intricate, where the walls were subdivided into tiny little subsections. And I'm going to eventually implement that into this game. I just don't think it's necessary yet. Please vote for the Lego Ndebele Village if you haven't already. That's the reason why I decided to release the game so soon, is because I only have 50 days left to advertise that thing. And I really wanted to get 10,000 votes, so please make that happen. Yeah, but I think it's a very addictive, stress-relieving game, and I love playing it on mobile and PC. So get your hands on it and submit a high score, and get some achievements, and share it with your friends. And ask me whatever questions you want about game design, and I'll answer the questions in the comments, hopefully. There is a little bug there that I would like to fix. Just another thing, the packages that I'm using are Google Play Billing, Google Play Services. I haven't implemented billing yet, but the services are implemented. I will be doing a billing, I think, after the 50-day period has ended, or whenever I have time. It'll happen naturally. And the other add-ons that I have are this Input Manager, GDTIM, on GitHub. That's for mobile actions. Although I don't really use it much, but I've used it a lot in my other app. I use it in creative mode mainly. what else is there? I think it's just those plugins. So it's just the input manager, which just hides in the script. It's just an auto-loaded script. It's just like any other script in the game. And then the other thing is export scripts, and these go in the plugin folder in your directory, GODOT Android directory in here, plugins. I'm trying to think of other things that I can show you. I think one helpful thing is when you're setting the properties of certain things. Like here you can see me setting the properties of a bunch of UI elements, and most of the time you can just go dot and then the thing that you're editing. So Control Shift C quickly brings up the name of a element, so you can just paste it in quickly. So there I got the clear achievements, and then you can edit whatever property here. So copy value, you can just hover over the value or click it and then press Control C, and then that'll copy the, sorry, property path, Control Shift C, and that'll paste it in. That's a very simple one, disabled. But the thing that's important to learn is the set command, which is kind of used arbitrarily, but it's often used for things that are like other objects used in your settings. So if let's go to a ball, the physics material. It's like another object that you can clear, you can save, and you can share with other objects. So it's not included in the rigid body, but it is a property of the rigid body because you've included it in there. It's just another object. It's a physics material. Now the way that you edit that physics material is physics material override .set, and then you choose the setting, in this case bounce, comma, the other thing. So this is just a regular function with two parameters, and this other parameter just sets this parameter here, which is bounce. And that's how you access materials or properties that are difficult to access. That's just a little tip that I'll throw in there. And you can expose variables and edit them in this way. So if I go back to my main menu and I select this color gradient, you can see I've made a shader here that exposes a bunch of variables based on my spectrum generator algorithm that I developed about 10 years ago, which is on my website, Playland. You can access the website through the game too. But here is the shader here, and it's extremely simple. You know, there's actually more variables being declared than there is actual code. And I've just replaced the randomized nature of the website algorithm to be able to pick your own colors. So you can just select the colors here, and they're exposed as source color, which was difficult to find out, by the way, because they always keep changing these names. It used to be hint color, and then it was hint albedo, and now it's source color, and it took a lot of Googling to figure that out. So there's another little tip. And then all of the color values for the levels are stored here. It's just and actually Copilot helped me. So at all times I have Copilot open here, and Copilot is connected to Godot, but it is a very tenuous connection. And like, for example, the symbols, I can't search by symbol. It only works sometimes. I might have to close it and reopen it or whatever. But all of these colors here were generated by Copilot by going like this. Change the color palettes to autumn colors. Actually, let me just select one line rather and give it the same command. Okay, so it's doing a whole bunch of them. This is the future of coding. I hope it actually completes, because sometimes when you give it too much to do, it will just stop and revert the changes. Okay, so there it's done. I'll accept those changes and I'll save, and I'll go back to Godot and say reload. And now let's see what it's done. So this used to be blue and stuff. So now all of the levels are autumn colors, which is just a great way that you can use AI in your coding toolbox. And it's fantastic to solve literally any problem. It just gives you information. So you can ask it things on the left. So I've been having trouble. I uploaded DevTools on level 100. So you can ask it whatever questions, and then you can read its very comprehensive replies. It's very bad at coding, and it gives you a lot of paradoxes, and it goes around in circles sometimes, so you have to be smart while using it. But it can be a marvelous tool for game dev. So let me just show you what it looks like on a much higher level. So starting level, let's go 100. Yeah, 1000 would just be insane. So you can see the game is a lot different at higher levels, because every level subtly changes the parameters. So the main difference between the high levels and the low levels are that your boost is a lot stronger. Well, it's not actually stronger, it just lasts longer, which makes it seem stronger, and it makes the entire level much faster. Oh, and also, okay, there are actually quite a few changes. It's also more difficult to earn points at high levels, supposedly. It hasn't been fully tested, but it's harder at low speeds. You have to keep up a high speed at all times. It actually gets a lot more fun at higher levels, and I hope people don't give up on the game before they get there. Because they're pretty much identical to the lower levels, except more fun. I've only implemented leaderboards for the first 20 levels, but I guess you can just share your high scores amongst yourselves. But I will try to do as many leaderboards as I can. Might as well max it out. Oof, that was a good hit. Level 100 completed. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, vote for my Lego in Ndebele village. Link in the description, and the game is also in the description, as well as my website and my Patreon, and anything else I decide to put there. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great day, and good luck with your game.